Welcome to my Werewolf DK PvE build. Now, it's time to try out Werewolf. Like, it's literally insane how many people are on those fucking shrines. It's just weird. Anyway, so this build, it kinda can be used in solo and 4-man dungeons, and you don't need the max CP if you don't have it. Just give it a go. On my website you will also find like all the gear setups. I have easy to get gear setups, and like if you only have low traits research, I also have something for you there. Now let's check the stats when I buff myself. 64% weapon crit, 3.9k weapon damage. Then we sit at 55.6 fucking k stamina. That's insane. And 16.2k health. If you do not have the max amount of champion points, you will have lower stats here. Just make sure to have 16k health. If you don't reach that with the buff food I will show in a sec, then just put some points into health attributes. We are using the Thief Mundus Stone. Now for buff food, use this one, gives you max health and max stamina, really high. Then potion wise, you want to have those, the weapon crit potions, because they give you weapon damage buff 20% and more weapon crit, and they also give you stamina back. On my website you will find what flowers you need to craft those, in case you wonder. Now, in terms of gear, again on my website you will find a few different setups. Now, best in slot, 5 pieces Draugr Hulk, because this gives us so much stamina, and that's why we reach that high stamina amount. Then we also have like 5 pieces Hunting's Rage. This is just a really overall cool set, and it's Hunting's Rage, so sure, let's go with it. Now, last set is Selene. Why are we using this? Because it looks fucking cool when a bear pops out of the werewolf, okay? That's just simply awesome. Let me check, is there a target somewhere? Everything is fucking dead around here, there's so many people killing stuff. Okay, I will show at the end of the video like 2-3 kills of mobs so you can see the Selene proc. Now, let me just check. Make sure to have weapon damage enchantments on jewelry. You will find Draugr Hulk in Direfrost Keep, and Hunting's Rage is craftable, and then Selene will drop in Selene's Web. Make sure to get as much divine traits as possible with stamina enchantments. I simply didn't have divine traits available with this set, that's why I don't have it. Weapon wise, you can choose, basically best in slot is 2 daggers sharpened, but you also can use a mace or an axe, it's really up to you. And you could one precise and one sharpened, but I recommend having both sharpened. For a bow, either use a Merson bow, but most probably don't have one, so just use a Hunting's Rage bow, so you keep at least the crit and you only lose the weapon damage on your main bar. Now this is the werewolf setups. Skill wise, we have Feral Pounce. As you can see, like all my skills aren't maxed out yet. I don't have played a lot of werewolf with my STEM-DK. This is kind of a gap closer, and every time you leap, if it's maxed out, it gives you like 2-second additional time in werewolf. Here, since Rage, this is your heal, your only heal in werewolf form. So when you play solo, this is really important. And it also gives you 10% more weapon damage. Varish's Roar. Now this is here to fear enemies. You don't really need it, but it can come in handy. Hole of Agony, your main damage skill. This is basically high damage skill and it's instant cast. Then we have Infectious Claw. I couldn't morph this yet, morph it to Claw of Life, so you get another small healing component in Werewolf. So you have this and this heal actually. And of course the Werewolf ulti, then we are set in Werewolf. You can't use any other skills in Werewolf. Now, make sure, I just uploaded another video about the werewolf mechanics, so go check that one out. I will put it into the description. This is really important if you want to understand the mechanics behind the werewolf. I really recommend watching that thing. Okay, let's see. Let's see if Selene procs. You see, the damage is stupid. They just get insta-ripped. That's the bear. The beer bear. And see, like, Holophagony crits for 30k. And that's self-buffed. That's fucking insane. Celine, non-crit, 13k. It's just so much damage. Now, let's go with the champion points. 99 mighty, 88 precise strikes. If you do not have max champion points, start filling up in mighty. Then 40 tenacity, 57 mooncalf, and 90 warlord. If you don't have max CP, start filling up warlord first. Then here hardy and elemental defender, fill up both at the same time, always a little bit. I really recommend getting to CP 160 ASAP because it doesn't take long, and then you actually can craft like good gear and you don't need to swap it out anymore. So get grinding, but it's really easy to get to 160 CP. Another thing I forgot, make sure you have 7-piece medium armor, simply because it gives you more cost reduction from those things here. And when we have more medium armor, we also have more weapon crit. Just read through the passives. And yeah, we have a 15% stamina cost reduction from only having medium armor. So that's cool. That being said, let me pop out of Werewolf. So now in human form, there is basically, we have a dual wield bow set up. Now dual wield wise, we have Venomous Claw here, a really strong single target dot. Steel Tornado, our main AoE damage skill. Bloodthirst, this is our like main single target skill because it deals damage and it heals you. So this is really nice when you're for example solo PvE or in 4-man dungeons. Blood Craze, this is also a damage, like this is a small heal, damage over time effect. And then we have Noxious Breath. This here, it deals decent damage, looks freaking awesome, and it gives the enemy Major Fracture, which reduces their physical resistance by 5.3k, which means you will do a lot more damage to the enemy. Werewolf Ulti. Now you can choose whatever Werewolf Ulti morph you want, okay? It really doesn't matter that much. Then Bow Bar, Endless Hail. Put this on trash fights, this is really strong. Rearming Trap, this is mainly here because when somebody stands in it, it gives you minor force, increasing your critical damage by 12%, really nice. Poisoning Injection, use it from 50% and less enemy health because it hits harder then. Now especially if you're solo around, you want to have those two skills. Igneous Shield, gives you small shield, 5k. And it gives you Major Mending, which increases your healing down by 25%. Then Resolving Vigor, this is a heal over time, really nice. Now, to get this skill, you need to go to PvP and get to rank 5. It doesn't require, like, it will not take that long. Just make sure to be in a group if you don't have it, and then you will get it fast. If you do not have this, then you also could use this skill here, Coagulating Blood. It's not that good, but it's also a decent heal. Now when to use a werewolf and when to use human form. So use werewolf mostly on single targets fight, like in 4-man dungeons on bosses. In solo PvE questing, you can use it whenever you want basically. It's just you have more AoE damage in human form because Endless Hail, you have the Noxious Breath and Steel Tornado. The main reasoning behind this. So now, few last things now. What does work in Werewolf and what not? So when you transform into Werewolf, you will keep your monster sets. That's why you saw Celine proc before, even though you're in Werewolf. Then the weapon traits, like Sharpened, you will keep them in Werewolf. You will also keep the weapon damage enchantments. But what you will lose is all those here. So you will lose the passives from the dual wield tree, for example. But you will keep medium armor and all the other stuff, so that's cool. Now in terms of race, I'm obviously a red guard. I just like it because of this passive, gives me 3% stamina back every 5 seconds, so that's nice. But basically any race works. You can be an Imperial, Khajiit, Orc, it's just anything works. There's not really huge preference. Now again, remember this is a solo PvE 4-man dungeon build. Don't go into trials. At least you can do normal trials with this build, but don't do the veteran modes with this build, because there is other builds that are more suited for this playstyle. Now I hope this helped a little bit. Again, go watch the other video where I explain Werewolf in detail, because it's really important to know what, like, the mechanics behind Werewolf. If you have any questions, ask me in the comment section below. Thank you for watching and see you soon. Cheers.